Ooh, a little bit weary today on the Shelter FootyCast live from BackChat Studios. Having Brayshaw, Will, Schofield were both up watching the cricket. Jeez, it was good. And I've maxed out my Twitter limit. You know they've limited Twitter. You can only
not on Twitter.
Well, you can.
But there
you can. Yeah, I didn't know that. Why are you not on that?
Never really got around to it.
You would absolutely love it over there, mate.
I think I might do.
You would absolutely love it. Anyway, they've limited the amount of tweets you can look at because they're trying to get rid of bots and things like that.
Sure.
I got scanned out last night, like in the middle of the game, because there's just absolutely shit going on everywhere. Yes, this is the FootyCast, but I mean, we can't not talk about that game.
No, how can we?
Plenty going on.
My God, so 2019 at Headingley when Ben Stokes single-handedly won the test and Jack Leach up the other end and Nathan Lyon missed the review and all the rest, dropped the catch, and then they mucked the review up.
Yes.
I was at Luke Shuey's house. We were drinking red wine. We were pissed and we were watching it. And when Stokes was on about 105, I texted him, "This can't be fucking happening again, can it?"
Wow.
And then the back and forth. And I thought it was over. I thought it was curtains.
Our man, Mark Reddings, is still over there. That's why Hamish is in the seat today. I thought Skeeter beautifully summed it up. So just see where he has made a couple of errors, though. So this is from Skeeter, his top 5 takeaways, effectively.
Okay.
It's the most remarkable test he's ever attended.
Yep.
Number 1, Steve Smith, Ben Stokes, elite.
Sure.
Agree. Number 3, some Lords members are at best tools.
Skip number 2.
Number 4, Alex Carey, New Zealand and England, heat off Warner and Smith.
Sure.
Point 5, Stuart Broad, ethics of cricket, seriously? Question mark. Point 7, 2-0 up us.
Okay, so Skeeter's hammered. Skeet's hammered.
He's missed. Skeeter, you missed point 2 and 6, mate. Yeah, so Skeeter's over there covering the cricket for us. And when I say covering, I mean he's having a few drinks and watching the cricket. Sounds bloody good. We've got a few things to get through today. Follow us over on the Shelter FootyCast. You can send emails if you want to get in contact with us, footycast@shelterbrewing.com.au. Watch us on YouTube, listen to us as a podcast. Now, we've got the Thirsty Camel Clanger of the Week this week. I've got a couple of ideas for that. Froth Town. Now, I don't know, you might have done it with Skeeter when I wasn't here.
He mentioned it. No idea what it was.
Froth Town. Okay, so we're gonna come up with what we frothed on this weekend.
Sure.
Froth Town is going to be a bunch of beers, breweries, some of the best going around. Claremont Showgrounds, 18 and 19, August, I should say. Froth.town for tickets there, just not 18 and 19.
Yeah. Every month.
Shelter's got a massive tent in the middle of it. We're going to go and have some beers there.
Some BackChats?
Yeah, some BackChat ales. Probably should cover up with that.
Good.
That was very nice, wasn't it?
They were unreal. So that was what I was frothing on over the weekend.
The BackChat ales?
They were delicious.
Yeah, that was good.
I digress.
Down at the Gate Bar and Bistro, if you missed out, unlucky. We may be doing another one north of the river, another beers with BackChat. And we might need another buyer for Hammer to come down. Now, let's get through some of the big moments of the round. West Coast.
Wow.
Almost win.
I couldn't believe it.
Almost win.
I tipped him and I was so close.
You did tip him.
I tipped him, mate. I thought I was on one of the great steals. They were just good. Like, it was just, they didn't do anything fancy. They just, like, attacked the footy. They all tackled hard. Like, when you've got Luke Shuey running out of the centre bounce, delivering it to your forwards, so you're going to get a good look on goal.
I've seen...
they were okay yesterday,
I've seen some people say that was... I've seen, Luke Shuey's best game as captain. Was he that good?
He was phenomenal, yeah. I don't think it was... Was he captain in... When did he become captain?
2020.
Yeah, he had a game in... that was in 2019. He had that game against Hawks where he had, like, 39 in the pouring rain at the MCG. It could have been. He was phenomenal yesterday. I thought he was really, really good. Just like played with anger and obviously wanted to wheel the lads over the line and just couldn't quite get there. But he was super.
I thought it was remarkable, the response, to be honest. That's got to be one of the big turnarounds in the history of the game. There's 171 points against Sydney and then to almost beat St Kilda, who they're challenging. I think we spoke about them last week. That they were expected to come over here, win by 10 minimum.
Yep.
It was a good game. Yeah. I enjoyed it. Well done to West Coast for bouncing back. Can't say the same about the Eagles waffle team.
Yep.
One of the all-time defeats against East FREO.
East FREO, yeah.
184 points.
Yeah, that's disappointing. one listed guy on the team.
Yeah,
and,
that's a tough beat. No, you can't really speak about it too much. But I've heard some calls for sort of integrity issues and things in the waffle. Well, only thing I would say, just to put a positive spin on it,
Sure.
it's not integrity because everyone's smashing them. No one's really got really close to them, so everyone gets a percentage boost when they play them. Now, FREO. Look, I don't know if they can play finals. I don't know if they can after that. They were in the game. They were right with them. Could have even been in front three-quarter time.
Could have easily been in front.
Were they in front at three-quarter time?
I don't think so.
It's very close.
I'm just going to say no off the top of my head, but they very well could have been. And then they came out in the fourth quarter and laid a big old goose egg. It was unfortunate. I just don't think they can match it with teams that are that, in that level at the moment, and it's hurting their chances to play finals. They've got 8 games to go and probably need to win 6 of them.
Yeah.
The equation is looking difficult.
Next 5.
Yeah. A couple of toughies in there.
Carlton here. Collingwood at the MCG. So that's a difficult game.
That's a toughie.
Sydney here.
Yeah.
Geelong at Kinnear Park.
It's also a toughie. As far as road trips go, that's up there.
Brisbane here. They can't play away from the Gabba, so you might win that one. So, look, I think it's getting really difficult to make finals, unfortunately.
Yeah, God, yeah, it is.
So that's difficult. The MCC suspends 3 members from incident with the Australian team. Did you see this carry on when... have you seen all this?
No, I haven't.
So, sorry. Not MCC at Lords. Cricket. Cricket.
Yeah.
So, on the Bairstow run out.
Yeah.
Just after that at lunch, they came back through See, this is why you need to be on Twitter, mate.
Yeah, okay, I wasn't on
Have you
Twitter.
not seen this?
No, I haven't seen this.
Mate, they were absolutely ravaged from pillar to post in the MCC. I'm going to pull it up for you. The English not happy with Bairstow's run out.
Of course.
Right?
Fuck him. He was out.
I've seen quite a few over the last year similar to this. Bairstow did it twice in the first innings. He did it on day 2, tried to.
Exactly.
Yeah, have a listen and a watch to this. Hang on, let me just get it. There's a fair bit going on down here.
It was clearly out. He'd been doing it all day and trying to get out of his crease. Alex Carey threw the ball while he was still in his crease. So it's out. Piss off.
Porky
it up to
the microphone. There's some ravenous booing going on in there. Absolute disgrace.
A couple of blokes having a go at Uzi.
There sounds like there's a dying cow in there. So. All right.
Him and him, these two, out.
Well, there you go. So they pride themselves at Lords in the members of being above kind of all of that.
Yeah.
There's another piece of vision I couldn't find. They're on the secondary stairwell and there is just people like, Game of Thrones where shame.
Yeah.
It's like that, mate. There's
Good on them.
Cheat, like absolutely flying off their nut.
Yeah.
And you know what? You're 2-0 down,
Exactly,
so unlucky.
so suck shit.
Now, I thought I was bad in the tipping. Tell you what.
I was worse.
Yep, you got 3 out of 9. You did. You got 3.
In the BackChat tipping?
Well, yeah, I mean, from this show that we did on Thursday.
Yeah.
I did 6.
6, did you really?
In my actual tipping, when I had to actually submit them, I think I got 3. So I'm not sure what happened between Thursday at 9 a.m. and Thursday
I don't
5
think we
p.m.
differed by that much when we did the show, did we?
We sure did. Jaden writes them all down every week now, so
there you go.
You cannot dispute. Skeeter loves doing it. Will Schofield, Mark. Oh, no.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. Fuck. Will Schofield, Hamish,
Might have to change the
Brayshaw.
clanger
My
of the week.
apologies. Very good. St Kilda defeat West Coast by 8. As we spoke about, very, very good turnaround for the West Coast Eagles. Noah Long kicked an outstanding
That
goal.
was a sausage, wasn't it?
He's going to be a good
big
player.
bender from the boundary.
You can tell when you look at players if they're good or not. I know you can as well.
Yeah,
He's going to be good.
He's going to be good.
He's going to be a gun. West Coast led by 4 goals at half time.
Couldn't believe it.
This is
Couldn't believe it. It was 50-16 at one point, I think.
Yes, Oscar Allen maintains his absolute perfect record of kicking a goal every week. He kicked 2 goals.
He's kicked 2 goals in every game but 2 this year. Oscar.
Yes, and he's obviously, that's correct. And he sits 6th in the Coleman medal, I think, on 37 goals, going very nicely for a team that's played so poorly this year. Oscar Allen.
Just said him.
Yeah. Elijah Hewitt.
That was a pretty good stoppage goal, wasn't it? Did you see that? And then gave the crowd a bit too, rolling him up.
Did you see him in the goal square turn around, rolling him up? I liked it too. I like it. That goal that he kicked, I've seen him do a few things now like that.
Yeah, he's going to be a talent.
Look, we're not going to say that he's him, but like Chris Judd used to do that.
Juddy did used to do that. Like, that's a big,
To run through packs like that. Now, we don't say this consistently, obviously, but there's not many people that can do that.
No, that was
flat out.
Flat out, go bang. That was a really good goal. And like a lot of people, I've heard a lot of people weren't happy with that in the goal square. The kid's 18. He's just kicked a wicked goal. They're winning for the first time in his career. And he's at a home crowd that was going bunter.
I think
let him get him up and about.
I think back in the day, I can understand that. Don't just know your spot. But I think this
let the flare go. Let the kid play.
I think that's where we are now, ladies and gentlemen. With what we're doing. Is Bailey Williams, mate, perhaps one of the most improved players in the AFL this year?
Pretty strange that all of a sudden now he's a gun.
He had 40 hit-outs against Rowan Marshall.
Yeah, he was awesome, I thought.
And Rowan Marshall's a good ruckman. Now, Rowan Marshall has his 26 touches, but he does that most weeks.
Yep.
Bailey had 40 hit-outs. He had 14 disposals. He had a goal. He had 7 tackles.
Yeah, he's had a really good year, Bailey, and he's come into his own. I mean, obviously, with Nick out, there's a bit of room for that, but he certainly exceeded my expectations and's come out and had a really bloody good year and was very good again on the weekend.
St Kilda does get the win, though, so they continue on their run, going quite nicely. It was interesting, given the criticism of senior players in the media, both by the footy club and the media, the best 5 players for West Coast, Shuey, Barras, Hearn, Duggan, Sheed. So the senior players tried to step up, couldn't quite get it done, but they'll be happy with that sort of performance.
Oh, God, yeah, they will be. It'll be interesting to see the narrative around this week. They did lose, but, I mean, you can't really knock the effort, I don't think.
Simo should be at least a bit more pleasant for me this week.
Yeah.
Nice turnaround, Simo. I wouldn't want to be the person to say it's an honourable loss, though, because I know how Simo
you still want to win.
Yeah,
no
don't
question.
want to do that. Bulldogs defeat FREO by 29 points. An absolute wipeout in the last quarter.
Disappointing.
Oh, look, I watched this full game. I thought... I thought at stages FREO were a much better side than Bulldogs, but they just couldn't hold it consistently enough. The momentum shifts throughout the game, and the last quarter was one of them. Like, they had too many blowouts across the game. It wasn't sort of able to stay level enough with them.
Yeah. It was, I mean, obviously I'm biased towards Fremantle, but I've been hanging on for a long time that they can make finals, and that was a bit of a...
So have I.
That was a bit of a sort of the straw that broke it for me. I just don't know that they can do it anymore. I still tip them every week, no question.
Yeah, you tipped them.
I tipped them. Yeah.
I tipped the Bulldogs, which hurt me because I do want to see FREO play finals. Yeah. Michael Walters, I said on Twitter that you weren't following.
No, I wasn't.
Michael Walters remains Fremantle's most important player.
It's a great, maybe.
If he doesn't play, Fremantle are not even in the conversation in that game. Yeah. So that tells me, look, I know Sean Darcy's very important how they play, and
no question
that's the reason why they've. But I think they can cover him. I don't know if they have a person to cover Michael Walters.
I mean, it's an interesting point because the way he plays in the forward line brings along Schultz, Witkowski, Frederick, like helps all those guys play better.
Yes.
And then adds a rare bit of class that not a lot of other players in the comp have. So, I mean, you're a smart man, Scully. That's a valid point.
The Dockers hit the front 7 minutes into the fourth quarter and lost by 6 goals.
Yeah, that hurts. That really does hurt the team.
The Dogs kicked the next 5 after that moment. Jaya Miss kicks 4 goals.
He's a good player.
Look, I felt the commentary on this game was a little bit... now, I don't like doing this, but it was a little bit... Well, who's this Jaya Miss guy? This kid should be in the top 3, if not top 2, if not favourite for the Rising Star.
He's been awesome.
What he is doing from a goal-kicking perspective, in a team that's not that good, that doesn't score high level, high amount...
Just gets bulk shots on goal and just nails them.
He had 6 disposals. I think he kicked 4 goals.
Yeah, he doesn't miss often.
Do you think he should be in the conversation for the Rising Star at the moment, Jai Miss?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, who else are we looking at? The Big Shees, Harry Sheasel.
They love Ashcroft and Sheasel.
Well, they started like a German band and then have just continued, so no one really sort of pays much attention to Sheasel.
How does a German band go?
Very hard early. Like, comes out bang, hence the saying. So they started out strong and have just continued that, but everyone comes to expect. Sheasel gets 28 disposals and everyone's like, oh, well, he didn't get 30.
I think Giants has got to be right up
Him
there.
and
if it
Big
continues.
Mitch Owens as well has had another. He's in the conversation. I think.
Around 16, he's averaging almost 3 goals a game. If he kicked 3 goals a game for the rest of the year, is there 8 rounds left or something like that?
Yeah, there's 8 rounds left. That's
so
massive.
He's kicking over 50 goals for the year.
That wins it. You gotta think so.
I think he'd go close to winning it. So we'll just keep putting that on the agenda for when, so it's not a surprise for everybody when it does happen.
When Jai Amos wins the Rising Star.
Will Schofield, Hamish, Brayshaw, Shelter, FootyCast. Let's get into the rest of the round. Brisbane, Thursday night defeat. Your boys, Richmond. You thought they could win this one. 81 points they got done by. How'd that go for you?
Well, mate, we were at the obviously at the Gate Bar and Bistro having a couple of BackChat ales with some friends, and I was reminded heavily on the night that I tipped Richmond.
We had some fans down there now. We love you come down, but you did give Hamish.
I was reminded.
The full service.
Yeah, I mean, I was reminded. We did think they could win. Dusty Martin didn't play, and that was a late exclusion, so I was under the assumption that he would play.
Blaming Dusty.
He's an 80-point player, no question about it. They were dog shit, weren't they? It was just from absolute woe to go shit house.
Well, I think they were off the bye, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, they were, mate.
At the Gabba. I don't think that you had too much going in your favour. Richmond were off the bye. Joey Danaher, who grows at third leg every time he plays at the Gabba, he kicked 5 goals.
Pretty good goal.
Lincoln McCarthy kicked 3. He's a good player.
Link the sink.
Lockie Neal, people are saying they should be in contention for the Brownlow medal. He should be in the top 3 favourites of the Brownlow. Agree, disagree?
Agree, and should have won it last year because Paddy Cripps should have been suspended.
Oh, a whack. Really? Is that right?
Oh,
yeah, probably is. Yeah,
nearly killed a guy.
Yeah, that is correct. Brizzy get it done at the Gabba. I'm not surprised Hammer is unlucky. Sydney draw with Geelong, 54 all. I'm just going to kick it off. The Thirsty Camel, clanger of the week.
Oh, big Reg.
Okay, so
big
you know what
Reg
to do.
Hickey.
Don't run out of your favourites. Grab your shelters at Thirsty Camel because you're going to need a few beers if you're a Sydney fan and you'll watch some of the goal-kicking performances. It's not just Reggie. So Tommy Hickey had a couple very close range. Robbie Fox for mine, mate.
Foxy.
Last quarter, out the back. It's one of those games where you just can't kick goals, right? Minute to go. He gets his final chance, running on goal, game over. He's going to kick it through. They're going to celebrate. They're going to put numbers behind the ball all over. Hits the post. John Longmire, horse who is known as a bit of a yeller.
Yep.
I reckon he would have been pretty angry after this one.
Oh, God, yeah.
They butchered it. They absolutely, it was an absolute clanger. Thirsty Camel, clanger of the week was the entire Sydney goal-kicking performance here. 54 all.
My goodness.
Zach Tui equaled at Jim Stein's record for an Irish player in the AFL. Most games played.
Yeah, that's mighty impressive, isn't it? He, I mean, I didn't think he was that. I didn't think he played that many games. He's obviously been playing forever.
Yeah.
But, like, what's he played now? 254?
Don't have it in front of me.
I think 254 or
Sounds
something around about that mark. And I was like, that is just a remarkable amount of games of football.
Yeah.
For a bloke that I just knew was around, but all of a sudden he's just crept up on you.
This one... This game was actually a pretty shit game. It was pretty poor. Like, it was 54 all.
Yeah.
The skills were poor.
Yeah.
They couldn't kick goals. Sydney should have been 6 goals up at halftime, I reckon.
They should have been, yeah.
Geelong hang around, get a draw. I think it's good for those below them. So if we're talking about FREO, around that mix of those 8 teams fighting for 8th spot, the draw's good for people like that. But a loss to Geelong probably would have been better.
Yeah.
Geelong don't look like the team they were last year. This is the 2 grand finalists from last year.
Just an average game.
Yeah.
Just not really much going for it. 54 all draw, probably all it deserved.
Thanks, Hammer. Adelaide defeat North Melbourne by 66 points. North were okay early, but then Adelaide get the absolute steamers on and absolutely roll North Melbourne. Taylor Walker takes the lead in the Coleman medal. He sits pretty on 46 goals. Yeah. He's above Charlie Curnow on at 45. He's above Nick Larkey, who's having a great year for a shit team. 42. Jeremy Cameron and Joe Danaher sit pretty on 39. Toby Green, who is my Brownlow Smoky at the moment. My man Toby is on 38 goals and 37 goals. Charlie Cameron, Tom Hawkins, and our man Oscar Allen.
The big Texan, 46.
Yeah,
bloody hell.
Texans kicked 3
Winding the
goals.
clock back.
Hey?
Winding the clock
Well,
back.
absolutely. He's always been a good player. He's going to go. He's going to kick towards 70 goals this year, which is outstanding for this Adelaide side. That North Melbourne, not very good. That's okay.
No.
Adelaide going okay.
Adelaide are rolling. I like them. They should have beaten Collingwood the other week. They're I feel like they've got enough firepower up forward in their young guns. Rochelle, Rankin, even like guys like Murphy are getting the ball. Jordan Dawson's playing the world's best year. So yeah, I think they've got a perfect mix and are really going about it well. So get them to September and I think they'll make some noise.
They got a big game coming up, Essendon v Adelaide. That's a huge game given the position of both these sides on the ladder, 7th and 8th. Yep. But I think Adelaide make finals. They play Essendon, GWS, Melbourne, Port, Gold Coast over the next 5.
Yep.
Melbourne and Port, very difficult, but I think they get the job done against Essendon and GWS.
Melbourne will be a walkover if they keep playing like the way they are.
Okay,
we'll get there.
We'll get them in a little minute. Isaac Rankin.
Gun.
They didn't get him last year, did they?
Yeah, they did.
This is his first year? Recruit of the year.
Yeah. Recruit of the year, no question.
5 goals.
He's just a star. He just goes about it like maybe a young Eddie Betts. Just out there, just doing whatever he wants to do and finds a scoreboard and brings teammates along, brings the house down. Adelaide Oval, when he gets the ball, erupts like nowhere else in the country.
I don't think it was that expensive for them either. And he wasn't doing what he's been
doing.
doing.
He was.
First rounder, at least one.
I think it was pick 5 they gave for him, or pick 4.
But you
you do that again in a heartbeat.
Because he's not old. He'll play there for another 15 or 12 years.
Yeah, he's young and he's brought the noise with him.
Ben Keys, I did want to mention from Adelaide. He's moved into a full-time midfield role. He was playing like a forward tagging role for the first part of the year.
My man Keezy.
Keezy's back.
Oh, what a star.
His
gets a footy.
His hair's very good, Keezy.
Him and Fritter, Bailey Fritsch have got similar looking hair.
I think Bailey needs to thin it out a little bit. It's too much volume.
It's there. It's like Johnny Bravo. Sort of just sitting up. Pull it back a little bit, Ben Key style.
I think so. Collingwood defeat Gold Coast by 78 points. There was some absolute blowouts this week. 66 points. How much did Richmond get done by? 81 points.
I don't know. I can't remember.
Yeah, 81. Collingwood defeat Gold Coast by 78.
Yeah, another shit game. What's the point of watching that?
This is people thought there was an idea of it. First sellout for Gold Coast since 2014.
There you go.
Yeah.
I wonder if the crowd was there when they finished.
Yeah, well, Collingwood.
I don't think so.
Yeah, correct. Game was over in the first half. Nick Dacos plays full time in the midfield and absolutely dominates. He had about 50 touches. Can't remember.
He gets the footy. He is just. I mean, I said this. I can't remember if I said this to you, but when I was watching him versus West Coast live, I've never seen a footballer run harder ever in my life. I've never seen a bloke with more gut running than him ever. It's ridiculous. He runs for the ball, and like he would have run. He would have done like a 180-metre sprint in like the middle of the third quarter. I don't get 180 metres of sprint in a whole game. He's phenomenal.
Yeah, 36 touches, had 3 shots on goal, had 10 tackles. That's a big game from Nick Dacos.
Will that be the 3 votes? You'd think so.
Wow. Is he going to win a Brownlow in his second year?
Far out, he probably could.
That'd be outrageous. Not many ticks for Gold Coast in this one. Matty Rowell kicked a couple of goals, but that's about all you can look at. I think really disappointing for Gold Coast, given that there was interest. I'm assuming that Collingwood flew up there. It was the school holidays start off. I saw some tweets again about
Dreamworld into Metricon.
Well, I heard there was
Heritage
a lot of
Bank
cancelled flights left, right, and centre. So hopefully they all got there. Port Adelaide defeat Essendon by 4 points in the game of the round. This is what I bloody frothed on. Froth Town.
Oh, yeah.
Get your tickets to that down at Claremont Showgrounds, 18th and 19th of August. Mm-hmm. Now, I'll tell you what.
Tell me what.
I was watching this one, called it a little way out that Essendon kicked the goal. Who kicked the goal for Essendon to go in front?
The package?
No.
That's just me.
Caldwell. Jai Caldwell kicked a goal with 1:20 to go to take him in front. Absolute clutch goal. Look, it wasn't the hardest set shot ever, but it was a 40.
Still got to kick him.
40 metres out, all the pressure in the world. They came from 17 points to take the lead in the fourth. They're absolutely sizzling, but I just thought Port would get a chance, and they do. Dan Houston takes an intercept mark. He's
80 metres.
The man of the mark's outside 50.
Yeah, he's 51 metres out.
And he did not even, he turned his back.
Yep, I'm going for it, lads.
Yeah. So I didn't know exactly how long was left. There was about 20. The siren goes before he goes and kicks this. And this is what I frothed. Not the goal. Look, the goal was great.
Good sausage.
But the fact that he he didn't get forced into taking that shot. He was like, I'm kicking this shot.
Shut up and hold my beer.
Absolutely.
Hold my BackChat ale.
Have you what?
Go back and hold my ale while I kick this goal.
Yeah, great. Have you had many of these after the goal games?
Yep, I had. This is a little. I digress for a second or two. Under 16 state champs up in the Gold Coast.
Wow.
Vic Metro versus South Australia. There, I've kicked 3 goals up until this point, and I've taken a mark. So they're 25-minute flats. The Dom Sheed pocket at the MCG. Think the other pocket.
Yep.
I've taken a mark sliding over the boundary line at 24 minutes and 55 seconds.
Right.
But the way, and we were 6 points down, and the way it works there is that it's golden point, so you just go straight into it. Right. So the siren didn't actually go. So I haven't technically kicked a goal after the siren because the siren didn't sound, because if I kicked it, the game was still going. So the clock stopped, and it was a bloody tight angle, and I've kicked this goal, and Dan Venables, I reckon, has got a video of it up in the crowd of me kicking it and going nuts. Anyway, draw, go back to the centre bounce, ball comes in, we win the clearance, kick it long, I'm off the back of the pack, it's crumbed over, bounced in my hands, I think I'm going to kick 2 in 30 seconds to win us the game. Golden point, mind you, all I needed to do was handball it through, and I went to kick it, got a slight touch in my back, and missed the ball. They went up the other end, kicked a point. They won. God. So I could have been the world's biggest king, and I missed the ball and was crying after the game. So
you could have been Dan Houston. What also frothed on this is a photo going around of the goal umpire. There is literally 25 blokes going up to try and spoil the ball on the goal line. Goal umpire, and almost all of them fall over. Goal umpire doesn't. Yeah. He holds his feet. There's a photo with his head just stuck in the middle of this pack. And he calls it a goal, keeps his feet. Outstanding stuff. I would have been on the deck with the rest of them.
Oh, God, yeah.
Langford kicked 3. Rosie kicked 3 from the midfield.
Good player.
He's put his hand up for a little look at the Brownlow medal, I would have thought.
He's a good player, mate. They all are. Rosie Butters, Horn Francis, the Hudson Hornet, and then Ollie Wines. I've said this, I think I might have said it here last week. I think they got the best midfield in the comp. They're all humming along in there.
Very good. Carlton defeat Hawthorn by 60 points. Carlton dominate.
Skip it. Next.
Hawks.
It's the worst game ever. I hate Carlton. They're so boring.
Did I pick Hawthorn? I definitely picked Hawthorn.
So did I. I'm never tipping Carlton again. You can talk about the game.
Okay. I mean, they win 2 in a row now, Carlton. Again, they win last week. Yeah, lids off.
Lids off. Yeah. Good on them.
Very good. I mean, can this team make it a play for finals?
No.
Okay. Thank you.
And if they do, they'll lose straight away.
Okay.
They're just not at all a quality side at this point in time, in my opinion.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. Is that all you got for me?
All I've got on Carlton.
Okay, great. Hawthorn?
I mean, they try their best. They're still a young list that are throwing, they're having pings at the stumps, and this one unfortunately went high and went for 6 buys, but it was went for a few overthrows. Yeah, they'll get there, but they're just not overly good at this point in time.
Okay, thank you. GWS defeat Melbourne by 2 points. I didn't see this game.
I watched it, and this isn't being facetious or silly. I think this is probably in the bottom 5 games of football I've ever watched.
Now, it was wet.
Ever watched.
Bad weather at Alice Springs.
Ever watched.
Why? Tell me about it.
It was just, it was low scoring for one.
Yeah.
Sloppy skills. And it wasn't like one of those low scoring games where the contest is everyone's cracking in. It was just like scrappy, shit, boring, stoppages out of bounds, slippery. No one could do anything. And it was like, got to the end, and Josh Kelly kicked a pretty good goal to put him in front. And I was like, it was just, I honestly sat there and I was like, I'd rather not watch the football.
Really?
It was a really, really boring game to watch. And the D... Yeah,
Bailey Fritsch injured in this one?
Yeah. The last 5 minutes got exciting because it was tight, but it was just like, wow, what am I watching?
Josh Kelly's goal was clutch, though. It was out from 60 on the run, or was it?
Yeah, it was 60. So he took a mark from 60, wheeled inside and had an open goal square and just bombed one from 60. But up until the 5-minute mark of the last quarter, I think I would have rather sit on a cactus.
Christian Petrarca had 34 touches, 4 behind, so he'll be ruining his chances in front of goal.
Won't he ever?
Like I said, Jack Viney, 41 disposals. He was very good for Melbourne. Toby Green kicks 2 goals. I think any time he plays and has over 20 touches, GWS wins.
There you go. You can go back and check that, but I can't be bothered doing it now.
He had 20 and kicked 2 goals, 1, and he's the reason they won. Fair or not fair?
Well, Josh Kelly probably, but you're fair enough.
No, not Josh Kelly.
Well, Josh Kelly doesn't kick that goal, they don't win.
No, it's just Toby Gray though.
Fair enough. He's going to win the Brownlow.
Okay, very good.
You're Smokey.
Yeah, correct. Thank you very much. Will Schofield, Hamish Brayshaw, Shelter FootyCast. Now, the Shelter XPA X Factor, I might even give away a carton of the BackChat Ales to this man. We don't want to give it a FREO player. They couldn't get it done.
Nah.
Liam Duggan.
Schumer.
What do you think?
He's probably...
Or is it Luke Shuey? We can debate this one.
It was his 150th game, and he did play a very, very good game.
Right.
He's also the world's best human being.
Yes. But Luke Shuey apparently has played his best game.
Boots was phenomenal. Yeah, you got to give it a boot, don't you?
Unfortunately, Liam, because he will be in here, Liam Duggan, doing the four-wheel drive show. If you
with Ronnie Dale.
Yeah, four-wheel drive podcast. Yes, correct. Four-wheel drive podcast. Go over and check that out. Liam Duggan will be in here. I don't know if we can give it to him.
No, you can't. You got to give it a Shuey. Yep.
Luke Shuey gets the chockies. You can enjoy that with Danny, maybe perhaps watching the cricket. That's about us done and dusted. Hammer, Shelter FootyCast, and follow us on socials. Maybe get on Twitter and check us out there as well. We don't have one. FootyCast at shelterbrewing.com.au. Have a good week.
Hey, you too. I'll see you
Thursday.
probably Thursday.
A bit more energy Thursday.
Maybe even tonight, actually.